The Morning Drive is sponsored by Power Metallic. To find out more about the company, please visit their website at powermetallic.com. Follow the Money Investor Group is a 100% Indigenous-owned company and certified with the Canadian Council for Aboriginal Business.
Doug.
Pleasure to meet you, Carl.
Good handshake you got on you. CEO of InPlay Oil. How are you?
I'm great. Yourself?
I'm good. Have you been at this conference before?
Yeah, a few years now.
Yeah.
I've been at the New Orleans Investment Conference. It's been good.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people coming back and talking about becoming a shareholder at this conference. So it's been pretty good.
Perfect. That's what you're looking for. Since it's your first time, I guess we got to get to know you a little bit. Where are you from?
Yeah, I was born in Alberta, in northern Alberta. I've lived in Calgary, Alberta since, 1997. I went to engineering school in Alberta as well, and been working my way through the patch in every part of the business since, and probably the last 18 to 19 years I've been a CEO of junior oil and gas companies.
So obviously you have a strong passion for it. Are you a family man? Do you have kids?
Yeah, we've got 5 kids in
Wow.
back there in Calgary, and they're we're doing our thing for helping the population try and grow.
You're net positive on kids.
Yeah, we're net positive on kids.
How many boys, girls?
I got 2 boys and 3 girls.
Okay, nice blend there.
Yeah, pretty
And
good one.
the age gap, like what are we talking about?
21 to 15.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, they're all in the same sort of age range. Were you into sports? Are you a competitive guy?
Oh yeah. Both myself and my wife are very competitive. I played lots of hockey growing up, of course, typical Canadian thing, and played lots of baseball when I was younger, which dwarfed into fastball as
Oh yeah.
I got older, and I played competitive senior hockey, well into my 30s in northern Alberta. So really until I moved to Calgary, I slowed down a little bit and started really focusing on the career part of things. So kids are all the same, all involved, have been involved in competitive sports.
Yeah. Well, I got to ask you then. So, you're obviously watching the World Series.
Yeah.
Where were you for Game 7?
I was at my son's hockey game. He was in a pretty good-sized high-end tournament in Calgary on the weekend, and then we were actually there. I had my laptop while I was watching the game and streaming the World Series. So a little disappointing, but the tournament side went really well, so I can't complain on that front.
Yeah. All right. Well, I was here watching it. It was a heartbreaker. It was heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a competitive guy. You've got 5 kids. You're from Alberta. Did you ever were you working on the drills at all or on site? You ever do any of that?
Yeah, I spent probably about 5 years in the field, in different aspects, from maintenance before I went back to university to some service rigs. Never worked on drilling rigs, and then even as an engineer, I spent my first 3 years in the field, in a very active field, heavy oil field in northeastern Alberta, and it was a great experience to be out there and that close to all the operations. I've done everything in this business, except for I've never been a complete, on the drilling side. I've done completions, facilities, huge in operations and production, and then when I came to Calgary, I got into the A&D side and the exploitation side as well, which is, what you really need to do what I'm doing now. So.
Okay. So your professional career, capital markets, raising money, building businesses, how did it all just come together?
Well, yeah, I mean, my first company was back in the trust days when you'd have a company would grow to a certain size, they would trust, and the company I was working for called True Energy did trust, and then we spun out an exploration company called Vero. It was a very common thing back then, and I became the president of Vero, and my VP of exploration joined me at that time. With that spin out, we've been together forever since. But I mean, it was a lot easier to raise money back then. Equity debt was abundant
Sure.
in the early 2000s. 2005 to, we went through the financial crisis, but it was still not too bad for a little while after there. But it started getting a lot more difficult in 2012 to 2015 timeframe. But we did a bunch of deals and did raise money. We sold Vero in 2012. We started privately right away in InPlay. We got a good backer with a company called Doug Capital out of Calgary, private equity firm. We started with a few acquisitions of 1,800 barrels, would grow it to 2,200, but it was a tough time.
Yeah.
13 through 18 was pretty tough, and then through 19 was like just a lot less institutions getting involved in oil and gas. We went public with InPlay November of 2016 with about 3,500 barrels. We grew to 5,000 within our means, and then of course COVID hit, and the whole goal there was just to survive.
Sure.
The lenders were all
net.
sitting there and
Yeah.
like not pretty close, pretty well involved in your business for a little while there. But we were able to do a great deal in October, November of 2020. Oil was $45 WTI, and that deal completely changed our company. We took it from 200 barrels. We got the banks to give us $1.9 million to buy 200 barrels. We've now drilled it to 4,000 barrels. It's still at 4,000 barrels today. It's cash flowed some 65 plus million, free cash flowed $65 million on top of all the capital we put into it. So that was the first one that changed our company. And then we did another one in 21. It was an acquisition of a corporation, and again, brought our company up to 9,000 barrels.
During COVID, when oil went negative, what did you do on a personal level? Were you buying any options, or did you do anything?
I mean, you know what? We were all just working hard to survive. We were the first oil company in Western Canada to get a BDC loan. That was our Prime Minister at the time. And their government, one way to try and help the industry through it also. I mean, we were half the time we were in blackout when we were dealing with this stuff. But bottom line, we were just trying to figure out how to position ourselves and then come out of this. And again, that deal and that little loan put us in a spot. But I think everybody was, getting some shares here along the way at certain point in times. But it was a tough time. I mean, we did the right things as far as cutting capital and trying to survive. We all took 20% pay cuts through that time frame to again, help through the whole situation. And wow, I mean, what a turnaround now. And we did one more deal here in the spring of this year, and we are in by far the best place I've ever been in my 34 years, and 19 of them as a CEO. So it's a great feeling.
Well, I'm really excited to bring your company to our audience at Follow the Money, because traditionally, we've had a lot of mining companies, right? But I had an interview with Rick earlier, Rick Rule, and he sold, he's got all of his capital, his risk capital out of the junior exploration stocks, and he's rotating it into oil and gas, right? Which I had a friend of mine about 3 weeks ago say, I really like what's going on with oil right now, just because things are so low and it doesn't make sense, right? So it's a fantastic time to bring a company like yours to our audience. Are you paying off debt right now?
That's what we're focused on. So we added a little leverage when we did this deal. we're paying off, well, we got our capital program, we're paying dividends, about an 8.8% yield today. It's monthly. And the rest of the free funds flow is all going to pay down debt. So just in the second quarter, we closed that deal on April 8th. We paid off $26 million of debt in the second quarter. We expect to pay off another $10 million or so prior to the end of the year. So the key focus is bring that debt down. We've got such a track record of doing accretive acquisitions, and we think things have changed. We've got this great new shareholder, a 33% shareholder right now, who are very supportive, and we think this is the time to continue to do these accretive acquisitions. And we've got this strategic advantage over my peers, where I got this 35% lead order on every deal that we can do. And I think this $60 price range is a great time to try and get some of that stuff done, and really set yourself well up for when that price changes, as Rick said. So yeah, I heard Rick, lots of people talking about Rick coming to our booth and saying that he's been very, very supportive and positive on the oil and gas space. That's great.
What's the net asset value right now?
So our net asset value is probably around $17. I mean, on a proved developed producing case, so that's just a straight blowdown case. It's about $27 when you take our probability in 90% of our undeveloped drilling locations. So I mean, historically this industry's traded a lot closer to that total proved, with some undeveloped, high quality undeveloped locations that our reserve evaluators give us. And that would be like $27. That starts getting you in 5-6 times debt adjusted cash flow multiples, where today we're trading in half that, three give or take. So lots of value there, especially when we get a real sentiment change, right? When you get that sentiment change and people come back, that's when you're going to start seeing that value starting to meet more historical levels.
Well, and Rick's thing is, he said it himself. I just love when people hate things and they're out of favor. I love it. Contrarian, true contrarian. So, it is very interesting. I mean, when I was interviewing him in 2019, he really got me into uranium. And so now there's this oil thing. So I'm looking forward to deep diving your company on our X space. Please go in the description below so you can find the date for that and add it into your calendar. And we'll definitely go over more of the more details about the company and understand drilling, the projects that you have, and how long they're going to be around for, on paper anyways. What's going on with the Canadian government? I mean, natural gas, oil, Canada. Mm-hmm. This is what's creating the opportunity outside of the actual oil price. I got to get your take on that.
Good old politics, eh? Gets involved in everything. Well, I mean, in all honesty, we had 10 years of a Liberal government led by one guy that has basically made Canada the lowest GDP per capita growth country out of the G20, non-business friendly, regulatory, high taxes. The new guy, of course, is coming in, Carney, and as an industry, like I'll say we're cautiously optimistic of the changes. I think with where we sit, he's smart enough to realize that we got to get a lot more efficient.
Well, I got to pause you there.
Change.
He's getting banged around by Trump, and I mean, he's not a stupid guy. We all know that, right? Well, where's your leverage here? Where's your leverage? You have to smarten up.
Well, you're exactly right. He has to smarten up because we're getting a new budget coming out here shortly.
That's
that
right.
We're hearing it's going to be massively the largest one we've ever had as a country. Well, what the heck is going to pay for that?
That's right, and he's going to say, got some jets flying around here, man. That's pretty cool. He's going to say that he inherited this, but which is a lie.
Yeah.
Because he's been part of that. So
part of the establishment.
Right, but he can play that card. But just even when we're in trade negotiations, and which we have ongoing with Trump, where's your leverage, man? Like, what do you got? We got all the resources in the world, but we don't know how to use them, right? And now there's this fight to try to figure out who's going to work with who. We got to build it and invest in ourselves. This is what I love about oil and gas right now, because even the Liberals got to say, you know what, we got to figure this out. That's my opinion.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, we're a big country, a cold country, with tons of resources beyond oil and gas, but oil and gas is one of the biggest GDP providers of this country, and the majority of these companies are now taxable to help with these guys in their out of control spending that it's been, and looks like it's going to be even more. So you're bang on. I mean, they got to figure it out, and hopefully guys like, well, I think you're from Vancouver?
Toronto.
Oh, you're from Toronto. So, but then you got EB in Vancouver in British Columbia, kind of causing spouting off about this and that. So someone's got to have to bring it all together and make some smart decisions here, because it's pretty scary.
Yeah, I think the Liberals' backs are finally, Canada's backs, I should say, it's finally to the point now where, and if it's not, it's very close to being there, to where you have to start investing in the things that you've been claiming is dirty.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't have a choice now.
And the problem is, it's not that dirty. I mean, Canada and Norway are the most environmentally friendly, the most socially conscious, and the highest governance in the world in the oil and gas industry, right? Like, the world needs our energy, and we've done a really, really embarrassing poor job in accessing other markets, right? And that's all come to light, right? Canada's come together. The polls all show that the people are a lot more friendly to pipelines and this and that. It's all because of the president and his tariffs and all that. And it's like, guess what? We need to have other buyers, right? We're starting to figure that out, but it's 10 years not too late, but 10 years of waste. So it is embarrassing.
Yep. Well, I'm really thankful that you were willing to go to this place, because in my opinion, we can't control that. It's happened, but it is part of the value proposition here.
It is, and we need it as a country.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think I'll drop you off here. You can get back into the conference and do your thing.
Yeah.
Please go into the description below and find out the date that will be set soon for our X Space, and we'll get into more of the value proposition for potential new shareholders, and we'll find out a lot more about the projects. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. Thanks. We'll chat soon.
Yep.